We were down together. We were up together. Never a case that one was down, one was up.
So when, as you said, right, these are risks. We're taking risks. You're choosing this person to be with forever. So if there's risk and there's issues, you have to communicate to alleviate those risks from becoming problems, in a sense.
Do you know what as well? I think that's what sometimes stops people from actually taking a jump. And people are there busy ticking off their checklist before they actually say, you know what, let me just try and make it work. Because they can't see where this is going to end. And we cannot see where a relationship's going to take us. But as Unc said, if that person is, got the basics, got the raw materials, then you have to be vulnerable at some stage, don't you? You have to take the jump. You have to take it and see where it goes. Because if you don't put your foot, if you don't get on the field, you're never going to win the game. There's no chance.
It's impossible to swim without getting wet.
Yeah.
You have to get wet.
Exactly.
I don't like getting too wet though. That's the problem. I want to dip my toe in. I want to dip my toe in. I know what it is.
Dipping toe ain't swimming.
100. Yeah, Ox, I needed that. I needed this talk today, man. I'm happy I came today, man. I feel like I've been recharged and reinvigorated with some of those wise words, man. It's like Brian, Stu, I know that they're family, but sometimes you need to hear that from an OG, someone that's been in those big trenches.
Been in the trenches.
Lord, it's my pleasure, man. All I'm asking for you, beg an invite.
With my speech, I'm gonna say, look, I was on Dads Divulge. I met Uncle Rudders, and it just kick off from there.
Oh boy, listen, that would be. I pray for you, my brother. I pray for you.
Thank you very much, man. I'm out here. It's hard out here, man.
Yeah, man.
I can imagine, man.
Before you go though, do you think, when people think about a successful relationship, they have this image of, beautiful moments. Everything quite rosy, you guys smiling into each other's face, always. But has the majority of your relationship been a struggle? Like, it's been constantly working, constantly trying to, I don't know, I don't want to say the majority struggle, but it's not.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, right? And I don't want to say this to, but I'm going to say it because it's the truth, right? I've been married 32 years and it feels like I've been married for 8. That's what it feels like. Because, of course, we have ups and downs, but struggle, I can't describe it as a struggle. Not at all. Nowhere near, right, a struggle. Is that because I'm some Superman and my wife's a superwoman? No, we're not super beings, but I think we're very fortunate in that we're both very open and honest beings. And a lot of how we wanted to lead our life, how we wanted to parent, when I say not just parent our children, but our nieces, our nephews, our siblings, we were very much aligned. We are very much aligned. So when things happen, things doesn't go your own way. We were down together, we were up together. Never a case that one was down, one was up. Right? No,
would you say maybe the right word? You're probably way more intentional than the average person going into a relationship.
I think that's a very good way to put it. I think both my wife and I, when we were young, we knew what we wanted. We knew what we wanted. We knew what we wanted in a life partner. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. But I knew that all I knew is that I was going to work bloody hard at what I chose to do because that was just my nature. And she recognized that. And she had, I'd say, sometimes in certain things we are diametrically opposed, but that works. That works, right? We are diametrically opposed. But in other things, we are absolutely spot on. And so it doesn't mean that you want somebody to be a carbon copy of you, because that would be boring. But the things, again, going back to my football analogy, you can't have a football team without defenders, without strikers. They have completely different qualities, but needed. both the same. And that's where I'd say we were diametrically opposed, but it balanced. And then some things we were absolutely aligned.
That's deep. I never thought about it like that.
But you know, if what I would say to, I talk to a lot of my younger colleagues at work, you know, they're starting off with either, you know, just moving in with a girlfriend or they're about to get married, and they ask me my advice. And I think some of the times you have to, I'm a great believer in what you see in your mind's eye, you've got a greater chance to obtain. So for me, I always had this, what I wanted out of a relationship, what I wanted my relationship to be like, but equally what I was prepared to do for it. I didn't think I could just have it and sit on my ass.
And I think that's where I was trying to get at. I was thinking, like, you knew that you can't just rest on your laurels and things will come to you. Even though you had found what you believed to be the right one, but you knew there was work to do.
But I believe that in anything in life, whether you're talking about you getting a job, whether raising your children, having if you really want it to be the way you want it to be, you're gonna have to work hard. You're going to have to put the hours in. And if you accept that up front, then you just don't see it as hard work. You just get on with it because that's what you've envisaged all along. You know, and I think that's a good point you make. I think there is a juxtaposition that people say, like, you know, I want to get buff, but I don't want to go to the gym. How's that going to work? How's that going to work? I want to, you know, have a body fat of 7%. I want to eat McDonald's 5 times a day. My friend, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You know, what you want and what you're prepared to do for it are totally misaligned. And I think for me, they were always aligned. I knew that if I wanted Everest, I'm going to have to bust my ass to get there. And as long as you prepare, you accept that, you're halfway up Everest. Accepting it, you're halfway up there.